Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. All right, welcome back to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Man, let's get ready for the NBA Finals. We have the Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks.
It is finally here.
Yes, sir.
Finally
Kyrie
here.
goes back to Boston.
Yeah, man, that's been the big story. Did you hear LeBron's comments?
No. What did he say?
Just being LeBron, being extra. Kyrie Irving is the most talented. He said Kyrie Irving is the most talented player ever in the NBA. That came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
He said, I'm kind of sad that I'm not his running mate no more. And they asked him about something. He's like, Kyrie Irving is the most talented player that the NBA has ever seen.
Yeah, you know, sometimes
I was like, come on, LeBron, don't flop on the interview, dog.
Right. You know, sometimes LeBron is just extra, so hyperbolic with things, you know.
Oh, extra. I'm like, come on. Then you know what I was coming out your mouth that wasn't true. Come on. I mean, he's talented. Don't get me wrong, but the most talented in the NBA.
Let's not get carried away, LeBron. You know, there are some other players that are probably just as talented or more talented than Kyrie.
Yeah.
In the history of the game, yes.
In the history of the game.
Yeah.
Come on.
But let's not kid ourselves. I mean, Kyrie has elite handles.
Oh, he got elite handles. When he get high, he can shoot the lights out. I mean, yeah. He's a great player.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great player. Now, does he have some head issues that's kind of messing him from reaching his full potential? Yeah. You got to count that too.
Well, you know, a lot of people are rooting for the Mavericks because they want Kyrie to go back and get his revenge against the Celtics.
Yeah.
But I see it differently. I remember when he left Boston, and I don't remember all of the details, but for whatever reason, he had committed to him, said he was going to re-sign, and he didn't. And he ended up forcing his way out, just like he forced his way out of Cleveland, just like he forced his way out of New York or Brooklyn. You know, Kyrie's just a different type of dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I'm happy he found a home in Dallas. I thought he was going to bail out on them because Dallas gambled on him when they got him from Brooklyn.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but you know what? That's the type of owner he needs to work for. He needs to work for Mark Cuban. You know what I'm saying? Because Cuban going to let him get away with a lot of stuff that he does other places that they don't let him get away with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cuban not going to mind him, you know, Ramadan, sitting out practices and stuff like that. And, you know, the stuff that he was doing in the other places that was kind of pissing the team off.
Right. Right.
You know, I think he can get away with that with Mark Cuban.
Right. And you know, and Boston fans can be a little much.
They can be obnoxious.
They can be obnoxious.
Yeah, they definitely can be obnoxious.
They can be very critical.
I think he made a comment about that, about their fans.
Yeah.
And you see all the things where he was giving them double birds and stuff like that, like the video.
Yeah.
he got fined for that too. Like,
that's what I mean. He has soft skin. You know, he saw his feelings. You know, he probably got upset about whatever they said about it and got out of there. So yeah. So I'm actually rooting for Boston, even though I don't want Boston to win any more championships. But I like Jason Tatum. I like Jaylen Brown, and I want them to get their first chip.
I don't have a horse in the race. I just want to see a good series because I don't like or hate either one of the teams and everything. But I do think that Boston is going to win it, just because their overall talent is just better from top to bottom. I mean, it's no question. They got the better, more talented team.
Yes, absolutely.
But now, with that being said, I still think Luka's going to be the best player on the court. I'm not a big Luka fan, but I cannot deny his production, man. I cannot deny the production he puts up and when he's been putting that production up, like crunch time situations. Could he be a little better on defense? Yes. He could be a liability on defense at times. You know, he ain't the most enthusiastic on defense.
But most offensive players aren't. that
Yeah,
enthusiastic on
yeah,
defense anyway. So
yeah.
it's not
Jason
like,
Tatum ain't. Jason Tatum
yeah,
ain't. You
Jason
know,
Tatum, Kyrie Irving, they ain't the best
Kyrie.
defenders.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I think the difference that's gonna put Boston over the top, and the reason why I'm picking Boston is Porzingis is gonna be back. So you're gonna have the big
Yeah.
7'4" center out there that can shoot threes and do everything else. That's gonna be back on the floor for me. That's, to me, that gives the Boston the edge.
Right. I mean, they only lost 2 games the whole playoffs, and that was without Porzingis.
Yes,
Porzingis does add a whole nother dimension to their team.
exactly.
Just having a guy that big in the paint, well, when he's on the play in the paint, um,
Yeah.
just having a guy that big in the paint. But see, the thing is, he's not going to have a center taking him out there to the 3-point line because Dallas don't have a big man to take him out there.
Right. For him to defend out there. Yeah. So he's gonna be in the paint grabbing rebounds because Porzingis can do all of that. He's an athletic big man. So
Now, what's going to be his strength level coming back? I don't know. I haven't heard any news on, is he 85? Is he 90, 95? Like they got him a minutes restriction. I haven't heard anything about that.
I hadn't heard anything. I'm thinking he's a full recovery because I thought he could have played the last series, but they just held him out because they were in control.
Mm, mm.
So
I mean, very well could have.
Yeah. So I don't think this series is going to be close. I don't want to say not going to be close. I think Boston's probably going to win it 4-2.
They could. Only thing is, there's 2 things that kind of make me kind of skeptical of that. Is that we seen Boston do this before, when they're the favorites and they don't show up for some reason or another. They just don't show up. And also, like I said, they got Luka and arguably the second best player on the court too, Kyrie Irving. Them together, it's hard to debate if them together are bigger than Brown and Tatum. The main scores for Boston. But like you said, that X factor coming back with Porzingis should push them over the top.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Should push them up top. Yeah, and Dallas already they're already a rebound liability. But which has changed and got better since they got Gafford and PJ Washington. Since they came to the team, they've actually been a better defensive team and they're getting better rebounds. They're better at rebound. So believe it or not, Gafford actually added something to that team, gave them that paint presence that they need because Gafford not going far from that paint. He's gonna be in 3 foot to 6 foot range at all times. He's not going further than that. So he's gonna be in the paint, and they didn't have that before. So and Lively has actually stepped his game up too. I wasn't really a big Lively fan. I don't think anybody really was, but he's actually stepped it up in his last few playoff games.
He has.
Surprisingly, it's actually contributing. So
and it takes a lot of pressure off of Kyrie and Luka.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it pans out. I do, like I said, I got Boston winning. It probably will be 4-2, but if it goes 7 games, I'm definitely not surprised. Because I've seen Boston in this situation before, and they just fall off for some reason or another. It's just like last year when they played Miami.
Right.
And couldn't beat them. Couldn't beat Miami.
Well, I think part of Boston's problem is that, it was a lot of youth. Tatum's young, Jaylen Brown is young. And I think over the years now, they've learned how to win. And I think this is the year, even though I didn't think Tatum had a good series against the Pacers. But I like it. I like how they've been closing out games this season. So I think that, sometimes it just comes with time. They've grown, they've experienced now. You're talking about what, 3 straight Eastern Conference Finals appearance?
Yeah.
Second NBA Finals appearance.
Yeah.
So a lot of experience coming in there. This first time Dallas has been there with Luka. So, maybe Kyrie can give him the edge with his experience when he's with the Cavs and won a title. So, that does give Kyrie a bit of an edge. But
Yeah.
I think Boston is ready.
I mean, like I said, on paper they got it. You know, they might win it 4-1 on paper. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how that pans out. It's gonna be quite interesting. Like I said, main thing I want to see is just no. I don't want to see a whole lot of blowouts.
Right, right.
Not in the championship
Oh,
game.
I mean, if that's the case, yeah, of course. I want to go 7 games, and I want
Right,
every
right,
game to
right,
be close. You
right,
know, I want a game 7 in Boston with a rowdy crowd cheering them on. Hell yeah, that's what I want. But if
right.
are we gonna get that? I doubt it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so game on Thursday night, 8:30, game 1 in Boston. We'll see how this goes. Kyrie makes his return to Boston. I mean, it could get ugly for Kyrie, but
Of course. You know the fans gonna let him have it.
you know it. You know, he
You
didn't
gonna let
leave
him have
Boston
it
on
like
good terms.
shit. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it
They're
looks
gonna
like
let him have it.
he found a good
Oh,
fit.
and check this out. Porzingis playing Dallas back.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
remember he played for Dallas.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, so another little storyline in there.
that's right. That's right. But I mean, it's not the same. Well, I guess so. Yeah.
It was not. It was. They'll be going back to their homes. You
Yeah,
know,
we're
they're
going
gonna.
back there, but he didn't leave Dallas, give him the bird as he was walking out the door. I mean,
Right.
it wasn't like that. He didn't promise Dallas, "Hey, I'm gonna resign." He did change his mind.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
but I mean, yeah,
yeah,
but it is another storyline. Porzingis goes back to Dallas, where he was injury prone when he was there, but he's been
Mhm.
injury prone everywhere he's been.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
but
definitely had it.
but another topic to talk about, Caitlin Clark. There's a bit of a media firestorm surrounding her and other WNBA players and how she's been treated on the court. And there's been a lot of talk about that. A lot of former WNBA players come to the defense of current WNBA players that have been really tough on her on the court and off the court. And my thoughts on that is that's just how it is when you're a rookie. You're gonna get bumped and knocked down, especially when you come in with all of this hype. To me, I don't
So
see it
much
as a big deal. I
hype.
don't see it as
So
a
much
big
hype.
deal. Look. Um, I don't even know the woman's name that knocked her down in the game. The only reason we talking about this is because it's Caitlin Clark. Okay,
Right,
so the
right.
woman that knocked her down, she got a flagrant foul. The right call
Yeah,
was made, regardless if she was mad or whatever the case was, or jealous. That
yep,
happens. That
yep,
happens in sports, and they're going to try to intimidate you. Ask Michael Jordan how it was when he first came in the league, and
yep.
he'll tell you, not Boston, Detroit wasn't nice to him.
Oh my God. That's back when you can just kill somebody though,
Right?
like legally kill somebody on the court, and they may think about calling the foul.
Have you seen the videos where I think it was Alonzo Mourning came down on Scottie Pippen's head with his elbow, and Scottie Pippen had this huge knot on his head, and he still
Uh-uh.
shot the free throws and continued the game.
No, I see that.
Oh man, I mean these
What?
dudes. I know there's another video where they showed what's the guy's name? Is it Gerald Henderson? His son played in the league, but Gerald
Okay.
Henderson Sr. played for the Celtics. Dude literally has on a neck brace out playing in the game. It's like, yo, this basketball is rough. It can be rough. Look,
Yeah.
I get it. She's the golden girl. She's spitting out the golden goose eggs that's bringing money and attention to the league. And if I'm the WNBA, I'm like, media, keep talking about this.
Yep.
Any news is good news, whether it's negative or positive. Just talk about us.
Right.
And we
Right.
are talking about the WNBA because of this. Now, granted, you and I talked about this before we started the show. We both are having a hard time finishing a game.
Right. Yes. Yes, indeed. It's a challenge. Like I said, I had money on the game and I couldn't finish watching the game. And I was like, I said, let me just I'll just see what the result is because I can't watch this. It's just it's the consistency of the play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the consistency because they'll have little runs where they look like amateurs, man. Like you like, come on, man. Like, what kind of pass was that? Oh no. And then
Right.
you see
Back
him
to
try to
back
make a
air
layup.
balls.
Yeah, or they'll brick a layup, you like, okay. All right. And the athleticism, of course.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That goes without saying. The athleticism just is not gonna be there. But it's just not that moment where you be like, oh, you just don't have it. You
Right.
know, I don't have that old moment like, oh man, let me rewind that. Let me see that again. I haven't seen that yet.
Right. Yep.
You know,
But I also blame some of that. Like, this is your star player, Caitlin Clark. We came to see her do what she was doing in college, which was shoot the three. She was
yeah,
shooting from half court. She was giving us a Steph Curry of women's basketball.
that's
And
right.
this coach wants her to run pick and rolls like she John Stockton or something and play within the game. Like, dude, you 0-9 or whatever it was. I mean, you hadn't won a game.
Right.
Shoot the ball from wherever. I mean, being so
Yeah.
restrictive. And, I made the comparison of Mark Jackson when he was coaching the Warriors. He wanted to play traditional basketball. And
Mhm.
look, the Warriors didn't have a traditional team, didn't have the big center that could dominate or the big power forward like a Tim Duncan that can dominate. So they went to the analytics. They had a guy that shot over 40% from three, two guys that shot over 40% from three, and they decided that's going to be the game plan. So they had to bring Steve Kerr in to run that game plan,
Yeah.
and that changed the league. So
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta lean on what you do best. I know it can be ugly seeing dudes chuck up a lot of threes, but you know what? The Warriors did it best.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they've won doing it,
Yes. Right. It's
They've
different, right?
won
You
doing it.
win.
Yeah. Won championships doing it. Steph won MVPs doing it. You can win like that, playing the game like that. And hey, maybe if NBA had like more sharpshooters, that could bring more, you know, eyes to the game because
Right.
we looking for the
WNBA.
dunk. Yeah, no, yeah, WNBA. They're not looking for,
We're
we're
not
not
gonna
looking for
get
the
the dunk.
dunk.
You're not
Yeah,
gonna get the dunk with them.
yeah,
So
we're not looking for them to pin the ball against the rim, against the backboard when somebody's shooting a layup on a fast break.
right.
That's not what we're watching in WNBA. You're gonna see a lot more fundamentals. You're gonna see a lot of more plays being ran, like offensive plays being ran, sets like that. So we're not there to see the athleticism so much. But that brings me to my other point. They need to just lower the rims. Just lower the rims.
I
So
agree.
maybe they could get a little funky. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they got smaller balls,
Right.
Just make the rim lower.
Like, I don't understand why the rim has to be regulation height. I don't get it. Bring the rim down.
Yeah, just bring it down. I mean,
The-
yeah, they can shoot the ball up there and like they can't get the ball up there. But the element that they're missing is the dunking.
yeah.
And if you bring it down just, instead of 10 feet, make it 9 feet, 8.5 feet. You'll see more of that. And that's still it's low enough. It's low enough where something more can dunk, but not everybody can dunk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that'll bring at least some kind of excitement to the game.
I agree.
Girls dunk because on TV we probably not going to tell the difference between the regulation.
No, we can't. All I know is Andrew Reese was the bring the ball down between her legs and dunk that joint backwards. I would be out of my seat,
Oh
jumping up
man,
and down. I
no
was like,
bull, no bull, no bull.
what?
And and as big as Brittany Griner is, and
Oh,
manly as she is,
right.
she still don't be getting funky. She still be
No.
doing like the regular, most Monday one hand dunk you ever see. And I'll be like, okay, now if
It,
anybody, you
it,
big enough to do some things, you could be doing some reverses and all that.
no, it didn't need a running start to do that one hand dunk.
Yeah, yeah, you know. So I mean, just it bring the excitement to the game. We
Right.
know what's missing. It's the dunking. You know, just allow them to dunk. and that'll bring so many more eyes to the game.
Right. Right.
Just to know that they could do it, I will watch it to see if they actually do it. You know, just to see. Okay, all right, yeah, yeah, that was all right. Now you get used to it. Let's see you get funky with it.
Right. Right. Take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Right. Do
Yeah.
some, bring the ball between your legs and
Right.
from the right hand to the left hand and dunk that joint.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, Clark is there. She's drawing the attention. She's bringing in the money. They can't deny that. I mean, I'm fine with the way things are going on the court. They're roughing her up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She's got to earn the respect of her teammates and the team she's playing against. But I don't like the chitter chatter off the court, which sounds, kind of petty and jealous of her, basically saying, hey, we've been playing this league all this time and now y'all want to start watching. Well, yeah, y'all hadn't been doing anything that I wanted to watch. Okay.
Right.
You know, don't try to dictate and tell me what I'm supposed to like.
Right.
And what's exciting to me. It wasn't exciting before. Okay. And
It just wasn't. Yeah.
yes, you got this white girl that comes in and she's exciting. Okay.
Right.
I want to see it. I want to see her show out. But I'm fine with you bullying on the court and intimidating her. That should create some thick skin for her and make her tougher. We saw it with other players. We saw it with LeBron. He was getting bullied. We saw Jordan get bullied. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a rookie thing. I mean, rookies get hazed in college in all the sports. You know what I'm saying? When you're new to the team, you're youngin, you get hazed a little bit.
Right.
And she's getting her a little bit of hazing. I mean,
Angela
Lee's going through it too. They're not giving her as much pub on it, but she's going through it too.
She took a big hit, a big foul. When she went up for a rebound, she got slammed down to the ground. And I liked her attitude. She got up, she laughed it off. That's how it should be. And
exactly.
I think Clark did the same thing when she got knocked down. You know what I mean?
She didn't go nuts about it. Yeah.
She didn't go nuts about it. She a little chirping to the referee. But she need to clean that up. Hey, that's the game, baby. And I love the competitiveness of it. Yeah, be jealous on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
no
it is what it is. Hopefully, the attention keeps coming to him. I think is regardless if it's negative news about, women being jealous of one another, but it's a story. It draws attention. Right. I think it's good for the WNBA.
I agree. It is. I mean, anything to get people watching. I mean, because that's the main thing you want. You need the TV money. That's how all the sports get paid, from TV money. That's what you need. People watching TV. You know, they already have the attendance going up. Now you need the TV.
Yeah. Andrew Reese, she's got games where it's selling out. Fans come to see her play. So the attention is there. You got your two superstars in the league. Like I've been saying from the start, don't mess this up, WNBA. This is your chance. Even as negative news, embrace it. Talk more about it.
Yep.
In fact, give some bigger suspensions and dollar amounts. Make it hurt. Where the women where they complain about it even more. You know what I mean? They got Stephen A. Smith talking about it.
Yep. Well, you see, he just had the
former player on there.
Yeah, the former player on there.
Yeah.
And she was criticizing him. I forgot who it was, of course, but she was criticizing about him not, because he was like, "Who talks about more NBA?"
Yeah, like stop it.
Than we do, And she's like, "You could have did this 3 years ago, though, Stephen A. Well, you weren't popping 3 years ago. 3 years ago, they probably trying to figure out they still going to continue with your league because you lose money every year. You haven't had a profitable year yet."
But don't front like you've been selling the league all this time. You ain't been talking that much about the WNBA. Right. Stop it.
No, have not been talking about it much at all.
Right, and rightfully so. Nobody cared to hear about it.
Nobody really cared to hear about it.
And that's the truth of the matter. You ain't got to front like you've been really promoting the league, Steven. We know you haven't. And it's okay. You ain't got to lie to her. She's like, whatever. You ain't did none of that. The only reason you're talking about is not because of this with this controversy that's going on.
Yeah, he's bringing up more. You know, it's more stuff to talk about now.
Right.
You know, before there wasn't as much to talk about.
Right. That's just the reality of it. And I think everybody should accept that, even the former WNBA players and the current one. Look, she is drawing the attention. Whether you like how she's drawing the attention or you don't like the type of attention she's drawing or who it's from or whatever, it's attention. And it's attention that you need. And it's what you've been begging for and craving for years, where you kept telling us that we supposed to watch you. And I kept saying, give me something to watch. Now you have that something. And look, I'm not saying don't rough up on the court. I love it. That's the intensity. That's the competitiveness I want to see. And I'm glad you got an attitude towards her. And I want her to build up some attitude too. Because I like that. I like when Andrew Reese beat her in the championship game and waved her hand in front of her face and said, "You can't see me."
Right.
Love it. Do more. Talk trash. Yes.
Right.
You know, shake hands after the game, just like NBA players do. They talk trash on the court and they shake and kiss at the end of the game. It's all good. That's entertainment. I want to be entertained.
Absolutely. Yep. I mean, and you know, she got Andrew Reese got a little heat for that too. On that game that she bumped, that the other girl bumped her. Angela Reese was on the bench, like, yeah,
right.
She got up and was clapping her hands, like, yeah, that's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's part of the game. I mean, I think we've all been in games, like even rec ball. You are trying to talk your opponent out of their game, because basketball is an emotional rhythm game. Once you get into a rhythm, you know, you can't be stopped. You're in a zone. So you intimidate and you talk them out of their game. You know, you garbage. You can't shoot. I'm going to leave you open. You know what I mean? I remember playing rec ball. I'm defending somebody. My boy would come up to me. Hey, you all right? You need me to guard him? Like, you know, and that fires you up, right? Oh, hell no.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an emotional game. Hell, let these ladies play. I love to talk, regardless if it's negative or positive. You know, just talk about it. Any news is good news.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Holla.